Hi, welcome. In this video, we will talk about scan details in Probly. We will talk about all the detailed information provided by Probly about your scans. In your targets, each scan that is executed has a page with information about its results. At the top of the page, you will find an overall view of the scan. There, you will find the findings with the total number of vulnerabilities identified during the scan, organized by severity level. Close to the findings, you have a status summary of the validated compliances. If marked in red, it means that some findings fail to comply with them. At the center, you have a group of buttons to generate and download reports with the details of the scan. They can be useful for sharing within your company or with your auditors or customers. And, on the right, you can find information about the target settings used on the scan. Below the overall view, you will find a section with the status of the three major components at play in a scan. First, you have the fingerprinter, which detects technologies used on the target such as Ubuntu, WordPress, SQLite, and many others. Then, there is the crawler, which goes through the target's URLs by clicking on buttons, filling out forms, and doing many other actions to discover as many URLs as possible. And the third one is the scanner, which does the work of identifying vulnerabilities in the URLs obtained by the crawler. If you notice, there is a Show More button available. And if you click on it, you will be able to see all the details about each one of the three components. In the upper section, you will see the list of technologies detected by the fingerprinter. They are useful for the scanning engine to improve the identification of vulnerabilities and enrich the text on how to fix them. In the second section, you will see the crawler details. It shows the number of crawled URLs and how many were deduplicated due to having the same SIM hash as other crawled URLs. If the target has authentication, it shows whether the crawler had login issues. In this case, the login has succeeded, but if it fails, Probly won't be able to scan the target correctly, and you should check the authentication configuration in your target settings. And, while the crawler is running, you will also see which URLs are currently being crawled. However, if the crawler has finished its work, you will see the statistics of the HTTP response codes for the crawled URLs. If you go back to the overview section, you can download a comprehensive report with all the crawler details. As for the third and last section, it displays the scanner details. You will see the response times obtained by the scanner requests. If, for example, the response times are growing, your target may not be responding efficiently. In this case, consider customizing the scan profile in the target settings to reduce the number of scanner requests. In the following lines, you will see the evolution of the scanner, with the list of URLs being currently scanned. In case the scanner has finished its work, you will see here the overall statistics of the HTTP response codes obtained during the scanning. They can be relevant to spot scanning issues. For example, if you are getting HTTP 500 response codes, it may indicate that you should check your web server for issues. At the end of the page, you have the list of findings with all the vulnerabilities identified by the scanner. If you click on a finding in the list, you will get more context about that finding. For example, you will see the CVSS score for the severity. You will also see a description of the vulnerability, and a suggestion on how to fix it. And other information, such as the evidence, the executed requests, and the received responses. All this information is provided for you to make a decision, and take action on the vulnerability. For example, if you analyze the finding and conclude that the vulnerability does not represent a significant threat, you can decide to accept the risk. But, if you reach the conclusion that the vulnerability poses a significant threat, you can assign a user to fix it. With practice, you will know better your findings and which actions you should take on them. And, when that happens, you won't need to take action finding by finding. Instead, you can do it in bulk for multiple findings simultaneously. For that, simply use the filters to narrow the findings you are interested in. Tick on the checkboxes to select the findings. And, at the top, choose the action you want to execute in bulk for all of them. And that's it. Let's recap what we talked about in this video. We introduced the scan results page, with its overall view with the total number of findings, status of the compliances, buttons to issue reports, and the target settings used for the scan. Then, we talked about the section with the status of the three components at play in a scan, the fingerprinter, the crawler, and the scanner. And we explored all the details provided by Probly for each component. To finish, we talked about the findings list, with all the vulnerabilities identified in the scan. We saw how you can look into findings details to get the full context, make an informed decision, and take action accordingly. We also saw how you can be more productive, simply by executing actions in bulk for multiple findings at the same time. Thank you for watching this video.